Hi, positive outcomers. How are you guys doing? This is Dr. Doreen. I am delighted to come back and chat with you guys. I hope you guys had the chance to watch my first two videos on domestic violence. I talked about some of the signs that can help you or that can help you help someone that is going through domestic violence or domestic abuse. And that is what we do here, right? What we do is that we look at different tools, strategies that can help us to get to an outcome. And we are hoping that the outcome can be or will be a positive outcome. So I want to say thank you. I've received several messages, comments, and some people reach out and thank me because based on my videos, they have gone for help. So this is my third video. Please, if you have not watched the previous ones, go back. You will help someone. Share the videos, subscribe, tell somebody about this because I am upset. I am mad at what is going on in this world. We don't want to lose our lives. We don't want our loved ones to lose their life because of domestic violence and domestic abuse, right? So today we will be talking about the men. How are men abused? This is video number 3. Abused against men, right? We are going to talk about that in this video today, okay? We're going to talk about that in this video today. Abuse against men, right? In an instance, I once read a letter from a woman who said that her brother was being abused by his wife. You know what this woman would do? The wife would scratch him, throw things at him, point a gun at him, break his eyeglasses, and flush his medications down the toilet, among so many other things that this woman would do. Is that not abuse? Is that not domestic violence against a man? Men do suffer silently, all right? And that is why we want to talk about this. And you know, the sister went ahead and said in her letter that her brother actually stitched a cut in his arm himself with a thread and a needle. Why? Because his wife cut him and he did not want to go to the hospital. Can you imagine that? Because if he goes to the hospital, he will be so embarrassed that his wife hit him. And he didn't want people to know that. Now, I bet you, share this video. Share it to your brothers, your neighbors, your friends, anyone that is a male. Because they die silently. Why? Because they are a man and they don't want to be embarrassed with what is going through in their homes. But yes, a lot of men are being abused. The distinguishing factor between a male and a female abuse is that a battered woman, you know, there's a distinguishing factor between a battered woman and a battered man, right? Because we always talk about the woman, the woman, the woman. A battered man like this one, they are more likely to be embarrassed by their abuse, right? So because of that, they are less likely to report it because of the embarrassment, because of the shame. So they are less likely to report what is going on in their homes, right? You know why? Men often worry. They worry, what will people think about them? If I let them know that the woman beats me up, right? What will people think about me? And I don't want people to laugh at me. And another thing a man would think is that no one will even believe me, right? That me, I'm a man and a woman would do this to me. So our brothers, our friends, our co-workers, they are suffering silently. And that's why I want to put it out there. Share this video, guys. All right? Another distinguishing factor is that while women are abused, women that are abused are more likely to be pushed or shoved or beat up or threatened with guns. The women that actually do the abuse themselves, what do? They do things like they kick the bite. I've seen men that the women have beaten them up. I used to work in the ED, right? They kick, they bite, they hit with objects, they threaten with a knife. Some of the women actually use the knife against the men. You know, as a clinician, like I said, I covered the ED in downtown and I saw all kinds of things. So yes, men get abused. And perhaps the most important difference is that women who are battered may have a greater ability to use the system to their advantage, right? To use the system. What do I mean by that? What is systemic abuse? Systemic abuse can occur when a woman who is abusing her husband or boyfriend threatens that they will never see their children if he leaves, or they will report the abuse, or they will call 911. Systemic abuse. Because the woman knows her place in the community. The woman knows they will believe her first, right? And the men don't want to lose that interaction with their kids. A man caught in this situation believes that no matter what his wife or girlfriend does, the court is going to give her custody. And this greatly limits his ability to leave or to even report it or to even seek for help. Again, if you've not shared this video to the male around you, please do so. Okay? That is systemic abuse. You know, women are less likely to be arrested if a police is called as a result of domestic violence. That is the truth. Women are less likely to be arrested because of a domestic violence dispute. 90% of the time, who is taken? The male. There is no national data as I speak to you right now on the average arrest rate for women in domestic abuse or domestic disputes, right? But they have so many data on the number of men that have been arrested in their homes due to domestic abuse or domestic dispute. But what we know that there are many men. We do know that there are many men, when the police arrive, clearly have the most serious injury. Clearly, when interviewed separately, indicate that the female started it. And nonetheless, because of the system, who gets arrested? The man. I've seen all kinds of manipulative women out there. As with abuse against women, the abuse against men can mean the abuse against men can mean a partner or a spouse. What do? They withhold appreciation, they withhold affection, they punish, they criticize, right? Just like the women get abused, the men also get abused. Some of the things that the women can do to the men, let me talk about it, right? They criticize this man, they call them names, they shout. Women, they can scream and they can talk, right? Some of the women, they take away car keys, they take away money. You know, women regularly threaten to leave the house, to take the kids, to run away. They threaten to hurt the man or the man's family. They threaten to punish or deprive the man of their children when they are angry. Men are constantly thinking, what would this woman do for me, do to me if I stand up to her? So they're just quietly suffering. Some women threaten to kidnap the children if the men attempt to leave or report them. It even goes to people that have pets in the house. They abuse the pets, they hurt the pets, right? They will harass you, about every single affair or every single thing you can do. The worst thing some women do is manipulation. Manipulations with lots of lies and contra indications. They bring up stuff. They make the men to believe that they are the best thing that happened to them. They are always right. Their friends are wrong. Their family members are wrong. They cannot be corrected. And because the worst thing is if the woman is the breadwinner of the home, if the woman is the one bringing in the money, the man, the voice of the man is just shut with a lot of manipulation. Some of these women have fake injuries. They have fake calls to 911. All of this just to frustrate a man because they want to abuse the man, hold the man bondage, and be there with a man that don't love them and abuse this man. The women destroy furniture, punch holes in walls, break appliances. Women use guns, knives in a threatening way. They hit, they kick, they shove, they punch, they bite, they spit, or they even throw things at the men when they're upset. Yes, that happens to men. So men do go through domestic abuse, right? The worst thing is the hypocrisy and the manipulation of some of these women. They make the world know that I'm the one doing this for my husband, I'm the one helping my husband with this, I'm struggling, and they make the man have no worth. These things really do happen. But we most likely hear about the women. We most likely hear about the abuse towards the woman. But although the abuse towards the men are not as many, like I said, those are some of the things that do happen to a man. These are some steps for a man who are being abused, because I like to talk and I like to give solutions, right? So I want to just talk about a few things that if you are a man, and if you have not shared this video, some of the things that you can do. Number one, for a man, never allow yourself to be provoked into any kind of retaliation. If a man has to be in an argument, do it in a room with 2 doors so that you can leave, right? A lot of times, a woman will block the door that the man will try to move her. You know, they stand in the door, and when the man tries to move her, they will call and the man will get arrested. And they will use that as the man was hitting me or punching me. So if you're going to have that conversation, if you're going to do anything, look for an environment where there are 2 doors. Number 2, document everything, guys. Document everything. Because you like we said, the system will not believe you. Go to your doctor and tell him what happened. Even if he doesn't ask how you were injured. Take pictures of your injuries and make sure if the police are called that they take a report and get a copy of a report for yourself. It's unfortunate that as a man, they have to prove and double prove themselves because the system, most of the time, will take the side of a woman, right? Men, work with an advocate from the domestic violence program. Don't keep it, don't die in silence. To get a restraining order, if it gets to that point. Not only would this help protect you from your abusive partner, but it will also allow you to ask for temporary custody of your children in order to protect them from domestic violence. Because some women can be really, really abusive. Some women can be really, really manipulative. Some women can make the man know that their life depends on her. And they say it in such a sweet way that they manipulate, like I said, your mind and your emotion. Number 4, get counseling so you can start the healing process. Get counseling, get legal advice. You know, don't just sit there and say, I'm going to be embarrassed. People are going to think that the woman beat me up. Don't do that. Think about your life. Like I said, we don't want to bury you. Your children need you, right? Number 5, talk with your family and friends who can help and support you. They will understand. What some of these women do is that they will create conflicts between you and friends, between you and family members in an effort to keep you to them. Do not stay isolated. Talk to people, right? Because the abusers are good to making you feel isolated and alone, but you are not. Even if you feel you are alone, positive outcomes is here. Inbox us, call us, send us a message. What am I saying here? Every and any man, guys, can be a victim. I have seen men who are doctors, lawyers, military people, all kinds of professions. I have seen men being abused. Like I said, I've been in several practices and that has happened. The biggest hurdle for this man is to find someone that will believe in them. The biggest hurdle for most men that are being abused is to find a safe place, a safe haven, someone that will believe in them. Let me give you some information of where you can get help. And of course, positive outcomes is here. Please contact us and we will get you some help, right? So where can men who are being abused turn for support? And what steps should they really take to get out of such dangerous situations? Because you don't want to stay there. It will cost your life. I've seen videos of women falling on the ground and crying and calling 911 without a man touching them. Right? Some women can be very manipulative. So the first step in getting help is what? Reaching out. Reach out, reach out, reach out, seek for help. The domestic abuse helpline for men, there's a domestic abuse helpline for men which most people don't know. It's the only one in the nation that offers support and help in finding resources specifically for men. That's the only hotline. It helps to find support and resources specifically for men. So please share this video, all right? They will provide options and support and will help a man understand that the abuse is not his fault and it is not acceptable. The system that supports the woman, it will not help if you go to this men hotline for help. This hotline is for men that are being domestically abused. The domestic abuse helpline for men can be reached from anywhere in the United States and Canada, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The number is on the screen by calling 1-888-7-HELPLINE. 1-888-743-5754. This is hotline for men. Like I said, the biggest hurdle for a man is to find someone that will believe in them, because the system is set to favor the woman. What people should know is that abuse is about power and control. And regardless of whether the victim is a man or a woman, I'm here to say that it is never okay. And that's why we are doing this series in positive outcome. As you can see, I'm very passionate about this. I want to urge anyone whose relationship scares them again to call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. I said it before and I'll say it again, 1-800-799-SAVE. These hotlines are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they're there to help you. So if you have a brother, if you have a friend that is dying in silence, share this video. Just share it to them. You might not know, but it can help them to know that they can get some kind of help. The system doesn't favor our men, but the men are mentally, physically, emotionally, really, really being abused. Okay? So this is my third video with the series on domestic violence, and I really hope that it will help one of my brothers out there. And again, share it so people can get this information and get some help. All right? So thank you so much for watching. All you can do for me, because I'm passionate about what I'm doing, is to share this video. Subscribe to my channel. You don't have to pay for it, right? And really, I have more videos coming up on topics that is to help mankind. That is why you have to click the notification button so that when I release another one, you get it in your inbox. And we can help the world. We can create awareness and we can make the world a better place. We can stop the people from dying due to domestic violence, right? Arise, my friends. Arise, positive outcomers. Arise and let our brothers get some help from domestic violence, all right? Thank you guys so much for watching. I am coming back with some more videos on domestic violence and domestic videos, all right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I haven't done my dance for a while, right? I got to do my dance. I got to do my dance.